Hey everybody, I'm Doug, and on this episode of Hargrave, we're going to go to the main office located in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. As you can see, it's very sunny today. And we're going to meet some of the people who work behind the scenes to make all this happen. Boats are a very complicated item, and there's a lot of things going on in the background that maybe you all don't know. So we're going to be pulling in here in a second, so sit back and enjoy. Hello, Doug Meyer speaking. Yeah, no, I can build you anything you want. It's just a matter of you writing a check. I don't have a lot of time for this.
Mm-hmm. Sure, let me go to my office. Kind of a big deal.
This is mine, by the way. Okay, so now we're in the right seats. Yanni is the vice president of Hargrave. How long have you been with Hargrave?
Since 2003.
That's a long time.
Long time, yeah.
You working on anything special right now?
Yeah, a couple of new build projects on 65 meters.
So what are these built out of?
Steel hull and aluminium.
And where are they being built?
We have two options. One is in Turkey, our yard in Turkey, and the second is our yard that we are planning to open in Greece if the project takes off.
Oh, that's big news.
Well, we're working on it. It's a working process. It's 2 years right now in the making.
65 meters is about what?
215 feet.
215 feet. And this one's going to have 6 full beam masters. It's going to be mounted out of steel.
Six full beam masters and the other one is 7 cabins and indoor pool in the main deck, lower deck, galley and things like that.
So, Hargrave has quite a range of yachts.
I mean, my God,
that's crazy. But you have Hargrave Custom Yachts, and then you have another division. What's that called?
The super yacht
division. So you're working on the super yacht division
on the projects over, obviously the projects that are coming out of Turkey.
Yeah.
We're calling them coming out from the super yacht division because we build the 56-meter Babas over there.
Right.
So the same people are building anything that comes out of Turkey, including the 116s or the 86s or the 120s or 130s.
Okay, let's go check out some other people that work at the office. Okay, we're going to sit down with Greg in a second. He's the chief naval architect for Hargrave Custom Yachts. He's got 2 big projects. This is the 65 meter. It's like 200 and something feet. And on the other end of the spectrum, he's working on this 88-footer with an on-deck master. It's pretty cool. But you can see some of the famous designs. Not everybody makes the wall, but the good designs do. That one was built, that one was built, that one was built. Mm-hmm. This one was built.
That one was built.
This is a sister ship to Renaissance. This was actually 125, and we basically, oh, well, look, it's right here. This is Renaissance. Okay, we actually did this when the boat was going to be called Seafarers. So the design process is pretty cool. The guy says, I want the boat to look like this. Right. And then you're like, well, okay. And then you actually draw it.
Correct.
All right, and that's it. So now that's 3D. Does that spin around and stuff?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's just like that. I got to go a little slower because people just get seasick and shit.
Seasick in the design office. So then the client can sit here and actually, his vision, because Hargrave is custom, he can see it come to life, and then he can move walls and stuff, right?
Correct,
yes. And look. Which boat is this?
This is actually, let me see, this was...
Is that Renaissance?
Rickard. Well, it's close to Renaissance. But it's Rickard's boat.
But he can say, okay, well, we want these 2 things here, and you can put them in. We want this lounge here. It's pretty cool. Oh, show everybody my boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually my boat, and we did that because I was trying to set up charters before the boat was even built.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I said, Greg, can we have can we do a rendering to show people what the boat looked like? And there it is. That's Renaissance before it was even built. And we were selling charters. I like this one a lot. That's where
Really?
you put the water in.
Yeah.
It makes it look real. So
Yeah,
how many designs have you been in? How long have you been with Hargrave, and how many designs have you been involved
I've been
in?
here almost like about 18 years. And I've been involved in about 50 boats. One of my first projects was they wanted to make sure that one of the tenders fit in a tender garage. They didn't want to, they wanted to make sure that it fit, right?
Well, actually-
So we modeled a tender and we put it into the garage, modeled the garage and put it in.
Well, actually, one of the things you and me did was when we were building Renaissance, we weren't sure if I wanted to put a hatch in the engine room, remember?
Yeah, I sure do.
And we weren't sure it was going to clear the exhausts.
Right.
So,
I could actually pull that drawing up, I think. And that's this one. That's the drawing that you're looking at.
so this is an 88 footer with an on-deck master. And this is a 88-foot tri-deck.
Correct.
And it works.
Yes,
And it's got 4 guest cabins.
correct.
And it's got 5 crew.
Yes, that's
How's that
correct.
88 feet? Kind of makes me want to drive it. Anyway, Greg is the chief naval architect at Hargrave Custom Yachts. This is his office. I spend so much time up here. It's just a cool place. I bug the hell out of him sometimes. Sometimes I have to kind of be, like I can't go up there because the rest of the team's like, stop bothering Greg. But Greg, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for
Okay,
your time.
Doug, thanks for your time.
Mike,
Doug,
how you doing?
good. How are you today?
So I promise I'm almost done bothering your employees.
No worries.
Mike is the president of Hargrave. He's the guy that makes things get done. And the funny thing about Mike is, if you're a captain or a crew member, I mean, you give your cell phone out to everybody. Yeah, anybody. He is so approachable, and he's a guy that gets things done. I think that in the past 15 years, Hargrave's gone from here to here. I mean, what yards are you operating out of right now?
Right now we're out of Taiwan, which we've been for over 30 years. And now over the last 6 years, we've been working out of a facility out of Turkey.
Turkey.
And then all our repair center and everything we do out of our shipyard at Roscioli.
Roscioli, you have a
Yeah,
partnership with
partnership with them.
And then you have the office here.
And then I have the office here in Fort Lauderdale.
And you have teams at each yard.
That's correct.
It's not just like, oh, how's things going?
No, we have 2 full-time guys in Taiwan. Actually, one lives there full-time, and then one
Phil.
travels in and out. That's Phil.
Yeah.
And then we have in Turkey 2 guys that go, and they're divided up individually. So one just handles most of the mechanical systems, and then the other does all the interior and purchasing for the shipyard.
And then you also have collaboration with an interior designer.
We do. We use Yacht Tours by Shelley. She's in Fort Lauderdale here, right off of US 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, Hargrave's come a long way, and I'm not here to pump you up, but I want everybody to know where we are now with Hargrave compared to, say, 20 years ago. I mean, like, what is this?
So these are our new piping. So everything we're building now has all the stainless steel instead of fuel hoses. We're using all stainless steel fuel hoses, stainless steel valving and everything throughout the whole boat. Got our flanges that mounts everything together, so we have hard plumbing. Then we went into, instead of hose again, we removed the hose and we use PPR, which is for the freshwater and air conditioning system. And what this is from Europe. And what it does is all the piping is a plastic that goes through, and it's heat shrunk together. So all your fittings, all your elbows, all 45s and everything is all hard piped instead of being hose material.
So this is all, I mean, trying to stay on top of the next guy is got to be excruciating.
Yes.
I mean, when it comes to mega yachts, there aren't that many sold every year.
No.
And you have how many boats out?
Over 100.
Over 100, yeah. I mean, and there's
And they're still under production. There's still more coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is actually your job. You're on top of all this.
Yeah. So as the boats get older, obviously, the 3rd and 4th person that owns the boat, we're finding out things are harder to service or get to, and one of it is the plumbing, obviously, behind the walls. So this is all our piping that's underneath the floors. So now to help everybody locate, we take photographs and videotape everything so that, for example, with the fuel tanks underneath the bed and everything, but you want to know how is the pipe running into the head and where we have any 45s or anything, you'll be able to zoom in and you can see all the piping. And if we zoomed in now, you would see that the piping's labeled. All our stainless is labeled. It tells you the direction of the fuel, whether it's return valves or not. And this is an expanded view. And then on your computer off the PDF, you can zoom in and hit different categories to look at the piping.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
How did you do this?
You lay it all down, and then you have to take processes as we do the boat before we lay down the floor to start putting the interior in.
Someone stitches all these photos together.
Stitches everything together.
So the boat owner and the captain
will have this now in their photography.
Well, not with the plywood.
Well, obviously not.
And then this will be like master cabin.
Yes.
And you're saying you can zoom in and you can read the pipe?
You can read the pipe, so you know what you're looking at.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
This is cool.
So that when the third guy gets it and the fourth guy gets it, he's not dealing with the issues of changing stuff out. You'll have a good lifetime long on.
And that's kind of crazy because you didn't sell that guy that boat.
No.
But here's the difference that I've, with 18 years involved with Hargrave.
Yeah.
The fourth owner can call you and get support.
That's correct.
I mean, this is incredible. I mean, we have a boat, just over in Riverland, and it's probably the fifth or sixth owner.
Right.
And when there's a problem, he picks up the phone and you solve it.
Yes.
A lot of manufacturers do that. A lot of manufacturers don't. The most important thing, I think, is that they're still around. Because some manufacturers don't make it.
Right.
And then let's face it, some manufacturers are just like, well, we didn't sell you the boat. That's your problem.
I think because it has a name on the side, right? So we try to take pride in that. The other thing also is our philosophy is, since the day I started working here with Mike Joyce, my uncle, it has always been service first. So like most places, when you wake up, they're a sales organization from the top down.
Yeah.
And everybody knows when you call the office here, we're actually a service. So if you have a service problem, we're willing to help you first and then work on the way down. And we do sales and we sell the product. Obviously, without sales you can't. But it is a service first business.
Well, a lot of brokerages, some very prestigious brokerages out there, they don't have a service department.
Yeah.
I mean, they just sell the boat,
right.
And then they make recommendations. And I think one of the things with Hargrave is you're still here, and you're a phone call away from helping somebody not only build a new boat,
yeah,
but the fifth or sixth owner, and maybe hopefully that old boat guy gets traded in, and he's
sometimes.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
I'd like to make it different.
Yeah.
Another thing is, some guys buy 5, 6 of these things, don't they?
They do. Yes.
I've seen that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the reason for that, I think, is usually the buyer that comes to us has already decided he doesn't want to own a production-built boat anymore. So it is a truly custom boat, and they have 10, 20 things on their list, right? Mm-hmm. And when they find out they can't get everything they want, and they've been a boater for already 10 years or more, they say, I know what I want. And by the time they come to us, they have this list. We do all the engineering, all the drawing, and say, okay, here's everything. Here's the size it needs to be. If you want it bigger or smaller, we can. But this is the package that we, would recommend for you in this size range. And most of my clients are all self-made. Mm-hmm. So they enjoy the whole process of going out and building a boat and starting from scratch and having the whole thing.
Is that why they build another one?
And then when they'll do it, like they'll do it and they'll go, I need something. Usually, like you start at 80, 90 feet, and then everybody says, well, I really want a 120, because now my grandkids are coming and everything like that. And it's just like, we just finished delivering a 116 footer, and he just signed up for a 40 meter, right?
Oh.
And he wants a 6 cabin, because now
more family.
Now the third child's getting married, right? And now they're going to have grandkids, and it just needs to be bigger, more space, more entertainment for them. Everybody can spread out and enjoy the boat, and that's part of his favorite thing in the world is to have them all on board. So.
And you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's just absolutely awesome. I hope you're not too upset I'm bothering.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. No.
I noticed the dog's not running around.
No dog today. Dog had to go to camp because you were coming.
Oh, okay. We would like to see it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to bother some more of your employees.
Sounds good.
Mike, I really appreciate the time.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
All right.
This is actually from Jack Hargrave's office. This is his original drawing thing where he kept everything. and all the designs. Did you guys know that Hargrave designed the Jungle Queen? It's a fact. But where you got to start, and probably most famous for, is Hatteras Yachts. And I'm going to try and show you one. I'm really not supposed to touch this stuff, but wait. I know HYCO means Hatteras Yacht Company. Oh, yep, here it is. Look at this. Hatteras history. This is the Hatteras 65-foot long-range cruiser. The same company that's building these modern yachts built this back in the 70s. Isn't that incredible? Hargrave actually has such a great history. It's unbelievable. A lot of people don't know about it. I got to be very careful with this stuff because we don't want to hurt it. But all this stuff's sitting here. And matter of fact, if you guys wanted a Hatteras 65 long-range cruiser, they'll probably build it. It'll be quite expensive, but it's all here. It's all here. Mike Joyce, he is the vision and the guy that made all this happen. Mike Joyce is the CEO of Hargrave, obviously, Hargrave Custom Yachts. And we're walking around the office, meeting everybody, but can you give me just kind of like a quick way of how this happened? Jack Hargrave, we all know Jack Hargrave was a yacht designer and captain before, but how did they go from there to here?
I had sold my shipyard, went to work for Jack, and I came back to write a book with him.
Write a book about Jack?
And right in the middle of the book, Jack died. I was speechless, obviously, and Barbara Bishop, who was his right arm, left arm, and in between, called up and said, Mike, I think you should buy the company. I said, well, I don't know about that.
But there were a lot of people clamoring over
designers, engineering companies. One of the greatest assets was Jack had done all this body of work, and all the plans, all the drawings, all the engineering, all the test data was in the files. I mean, if I decided on day one that I wanted to build, say, a 150 footer,
you had it.
It's all there, all of it.
So how did you end up with all these people clamoring to get this? How did you get it?
Well, I got it. She set up a meeting with Mr. and Mrs. Hargrave and his wife and Jack's mother. And I said, I'm a little different. I said, I know a lot of people, it's obviously engineering and design. I said, I think your husband's name's a brand name. She goes, what does that mean? I said, it's a name, Jack Hargrave, that's as big as any name in this industry. And I said, if you give me the company, I said, I'm going to build boats under that name. And I said, if I'm right, I said, Jack's name will be around for 50 more years. She goes, wow, what do you think, mother? She goes, blah, 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 blah. She goes, we like that idea. She goes, Barbara, give him the company. He said, if you get some money, send it to me. I said, don't worry, I will. So it was that
They just gave you the company.
Yeah.
With the promise.
Yes.
And here we are now.
Yes.
I mean, what a fitting story for this legacy. This is incredible.
They weren't trying to sell it for the money. They wanted Jack to be around.
From the heart.
Right.
So what was the first boat built?
The first boat built was for an industrialist from Tampa Bay, Ray Murray, and he built a boat called Hound Dog.
Is that the hardest boat when you're starting a boat? Because you literally, even though you had all this, you started basically from nothing again.
Yeah.
Is the first boat the hardest boat to build?
No.
It's not?
No. Because we were already building boats.
Oh.
We were building Monofinos at the time.
Yes.
We had shipyards, we knew where to go. So Ray is leaving the boat show, and Captain Lloyd Orr you met. He says, Mike, you got to come meet this guy. He's leaving and he's never coming back. And he says, come meet him. So he introduced himself. He says, I'm done with boating. I've looked at all this. I don't see anything I want. And he says, what I want is something like Jack Hargrave would design. I said, you're in luck, Mr. Murray. Hold on a second. I opened my wallet and I said, I talked to the president. And I give him the card and he looks at it and he goes, Hargrave, Yacht Design and Engineering, Michael Joyce, president. He goes, is that you? I go, yeah. He said, come with me. And we go across, we're at the Miami Boat Show. We go across the street to the Fontainebleau. We go downstairs. He tells the girl, he says, do you have a paper placemat? She goes, yes. He says, bring it to me. Gets out his pencil and he says, here's what I want. I want this, sketching it all out. And he pulls out his wallet and writes out a check, has no idea what it's going to, writes out a check for $10,000. Let's get started. He said, we're going to make history together.
So the very first Hargrave you built started out on a paper plate.
A placemat.
Oh, a placemat.
Right. It was a bigger drawing than it.
So fast forward to now, you just recently launched a 187 footer with the Babis. How big is that?
That was 187, yes.
Yeah. And so this has really come full circle.
Yes.
I mean, from that little placemat, and I hope you have it somewhere,
Yes, I wish I did.
to launching these monsters. And you're operating 2 yards, and I hear there might be more in the future.
Yes.
And you know, I was just up at the design office. There's some 65 meters going on. And they also showed me your pet project, which is an 88-foot
Right,
on-deck master.
right.
Sky Lounge.
Yes.
I love it. It's absolutely incredible. That boat is crazy. 88 foot. That's like, that 88 feet used to be a huge boat a long time ago. Now it's a mid-level boat.
Right.
But now you're giving somebody, you're giving somebody everything that they want on a big boat on a small boat.
There's a group of people that we don't want to lose touch with, and those are owner-operators that have maybe one captain or occasional captain. And what happens is, because our service is so good, and you know this better than anybody, they stay with you forever.
Yeah.
And you want to meet them sooner. If they come in at 180 feet, there's nowhere to go. It's
You're at the
goodbye.
end.
So the whole idea is if we can meet them sooner, we want to meet them where, I used to say where they're coming out of a big sea ray. Now you're trying to meet them when they come out of a 60-foot center console. Those are the things that are fun for us. We do the drawings, we learn something from every drawing, and the whole idea is to just...
But there's something else. You finished the book.
Yes.
Actually, he did finish the book, and it's published. And you can get this anywhere. You can get this on Amazon. You can go to the bookstores that are still alive. And
The best publishing, the best writers in the marine business helped me with that. And they said, what's the objective? I said, I want somebody who's thinking of spending a career in design and engineering to read this book.
Mr. Joyce, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been involved with Hargraves. You want to hear something? We're going 17 years now.
Listen to this. This is a true story. One of my best clients, who he happens to work for now, almost bought a different boat just to get him. He told his wife, he says, if we buy that boat, then we get Doug.
Yeah.
That's what Jack Hargrave understood, and this is critical. If you got a great captain, you can have a bad boat and you'll never know it.
That's true.
And if you get the wrong captain, you can have the best boat in the world and you'll think you're just, how had I got in boating? So this is one of the rock stars. When they meet him, that's the gold standard.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That's,
You earned it. It's not-
but that's a true story, I know. And, you know, and I've run pretty much, the Hargraves I've run have all been magnificent, and the owners have been spectacular. And,
Likes attract.
yeah. Anyway, Mr. Joyce, again, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, hold on. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. As you can see, I'm very, very busy, but this is Hargrave Custom Yachts. I wanted you guys to see the office, and next episode we're going to be walking around some boats. So until next time, thank you for watching Hargrave.